All right, how your mind's hidden players shape everything you do. There's some hidden players in there. Did you know that the mind is a team, not a solo act? So let's talk about internal objects for a moment here. These are the living scripts running behind the scenes. So where do your harshest self-criticisms or deepest longings actually come from? Why do childhood dramas seem to replay in your mind decades later? Here are some insights from Bogue and Fairbairn. These are two big names in psychology. Internal objects aren't just memories or abstract fantasies. They are dynamic, semi-autonomous scripts inside of you. They take the form of internal voices, themes, and even full-blown characters, shaped by formative relationships such as parents, teachers, partners. And these living scripts or objects become part of the internal team. I know we're using flowery language here. I want to make it, nice and easy for you here. It's a team. Sometimes the players aren't really, they don't really work well with you. They're not cooperative. So just let's go with this here, okay? Critical parent echoing in your self-doubt, for example. Conversely, a nurturing figure comforting you in stress. Wouldn't that be great? Or a saboteur derailing your efforts at big moments. Like self-sabotage, that's big. This is exactly what we're talking about here. You can get down into why that's happening. So these living scripts become part of what makes up your internal team, okay? Internal objects can take over your thoughts, your feelings, and even behavior. I want to repeat that for you. Internal objects, they often do take over your thoughts, feelings, and behavior. You think it's your thought. You think it's your feeling. Sometimes it's not, and the behavior ensues. Especially if these scripts haven't been surfaced, challenged, or updated. Your inner critic isn't just random negativity. It's an internalized voice, often trying to keep you safe by old standards. They probably don't serve you anymore. An example, or the sense of paralysis facing new opportunities because an internalized teacher's script warned against it, or a partner. The urge to self-sabotage right when things are going well. Fueled by an inherited protective script from childhood. So let's take some action here with this, okay? Next time you hear an inner voice holding you back or cutting you down, ask, whose script is this really? Is it still serving my life now, or just old, outdated code? So I'd like for you to map your top 2 or 3 recurring internal voices, okay? Try to sniff them out from how they feel, they seem, they sound. And sometimes it's going to seem like it's you, but it's not, right? Describe their tone, their likely origin, and what they want. Awareness is the first step to rewriting your inner playbook. That's what we talk, if you ever heard about people in spiritual circles saying, peel back the layers, peel off the layers, become the true you. This is exactly the work that's needed here. To identify the voices and the objects, the thoughts, the feelings, the behaviors that are in you, but they're not you. So let's talk about change and building a stronger inner team for you, inner team. Now, Bogue and Fairbairn both show that lasting change happens when you surface all the major drives and the internal objects, and you truly understand their motives and renegotiate their roles in your current life. And the lines between the ego, the id, and internal objects are fluid. You can change this team's makeup by changing your understanding, the context or values. So instead, it means giving each internal player a seat at the table, listening to each voice, and refusing to let any one part go rogue or dominate the show by default. Okay, integration is not about banishing your critic or your reckless part. It's about finding out what each one is trying to do for you and helping them adapt their strategies for your present life. I'm going to give you 4 actionable steps for this integration process. This is packed with value today. I hope you share this video with others. Please like and subscribe. Okay, number 1, spotting recurring patterns. Notice moments you get stuck, flare up, or repeat old behaviors. Ask, which drives or voices are at play here? Number 2, name and describe each. What's its history? What's its motive? A lesson learned from childhood, a protective urge, or a longing? Is it echoing someone important? Number 3, invite dialogue. Give each part a chance to speak. You heard me right. Let each internal object in you speak. Listen to it. What is it hoping for? What does it fear? Is it stuck playing an outdated role? It's perfectly normal. Nobody needs to know anyways. Seek creative team building. Instead of fighting your critic or freezing out your rebel, ask, what role could it play now if it had new, updated information? Because this mastery is not about silencing the inner players. It's about becoming your own best coach. Listening, updating old scripts, and renegotiating the team's strategy for your real current goals. So here's your empowering truth today. Your mind isn't broken, chaotic, or flawed. It's brilliantly complex. It's made up of living drives and internal voices, each designed to protect, motivate, or help you. By mapping your team, well, in some circumstances, they're not, but that's a video for another day. By mapping your team, honoring each part's original mission, and inviting them into honest dialogue, you rewrite the script of your life. I've got a challenge for you this week, okay? Create your own inner team roster. Write down each major drive or internal script you notice. And these could be, in some styles of psychology or schools of psychology, they call these, there's something called like the autonomous complexes. Whatever you want to call this, the objects, the drives, the complexes, the little people inside of you. One could be, fearful. One could be angry. One could be hurt. Whatever it is, give it a name, give it a label, identify it. Where did it come from? How old were you? And communicate with it. See why it exists. It exists for a reason. There's a reason it exists, and it was to help you. And that's the part of the work of integration. Okay, and so notice which help you, which are holding you back. Some of them, a lot of them may be holding you back today, and they're not needed anymore. Thank them for the work they've done. Their services are no longer required, or change the work that they do for you. And they could be ready for an upgrade. So your strongest self is not the loudest voice inside, by the way. It's the one who can listen, adapt, and get the whole team moving in the right direction, okay? So for more hands-on exercises and even deeper talks, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.